The mini BESTest test is a shorter version of the Balance Evaluation Systems test, also known as the BEST test. It was published in 2009 by Dr. Faye B. Horak. It is a quantitative assessment tool that aims to identify the disorder systems underlying the postural control responsible for poor functional balance. You will be seeing four components of the mini BEST test in this video, namely the anticipatory, the reactive postural control, the sensory orientation, and lastly, the dynamic gait.
Hello, this is the mini best test. So we're going to do the anticipatory part. We have three parts: the sit to stand, the rise to toes, and the stand on one leg. This is my patient Elise. So we're going to do the sit to stand. So you would cross your arms across your chest, then you will stand up. The normal response is patient comes to stand without the use of hands and stabilizes independently. Second part, the rise to toes. So what you're going to do is you're gonna place your feet shoulder width apart, then you're gonna put your hands on your hips, and then you're gonna raise your heel as high as you can, and gonna count as loud at 3 seconds. You're gonna hold that for 3 seconds. So go, begin. 1, 2, 3. So the patient has a normal response because she was able to maintain the pose for 3 seconds and stabilizes independently. So the next part is the standing on one leg. What you're going to do is you're going to look straight ahead, then you're going to place your hands on your hips, then you're going to raise your right leg, then you're going to maintain that pose as long as you can. Okay, stop. So the patient is normal because she was able to maintain the pose for 20 seconds.
So we're going to do today is the third part of mini BESTest, which is the reactive postural control, namely compensatory stepping correction forward, and then compensatory stepping correction backward, and then lastly compensatory stepping correction lateral. So we have our patient Diane. So few instructions. So stand with your feet shoulder width apart, and then arms at the side, and then lean forward against my hands, and then when I let go, do whatever it takes to recover your back. Okay. So start. So normal naman since you recover using a single large step. So normal po yung response nyo since you recovered with a single large step. Same instructions a while ago, but this time we're going to test the sideward, and the patient should make sure that her feet are together. So the patient's response is normal since she recovered using one single step. Same instructions a while ago, but this time we're going to test the left side. The patient's response is normal since she recovered using one single step.
For the second part of the mini BEST test, we will do sensory orientation assessment. First part, stands feet, eyes open, firm surface. Second part, stands feet together, eyes closed, foam surface. And then third part, incline, eyes closed. Part, stands feet together, eyes open, firm surface. Place your hands on your hips, look straight ahead, and then feet close together as possible, and then hold that position. Sir, normal since you were able to hold the position for 30 seconds. Part, stands feet together, eyes closed, foam surface. So first, on the foam surface, keep your feet together, and then hands on your hips, then eyes closed. I will start timing when you close your eyes.
hips.
So, Sir Norma, since you were able to hold 30 seconds, third part, inclined eyes closed. You will step on a ramp while your feet shoulder width apart, and then your hands at your side. And then you will close your eyes. I will start the time when you close your eyes. Okay, Sir Norma, since you were able to hold it for 30 seconds and you were able to stand independently.
Today, what we're gonna do is the dynamic gait test of the mini BESTest. The following components are change in gait speed, walk with head turns horizontal, walk with pivot turns, step over obstacles, timed up and go with dual task. So here we have Katya, our patient, and she's gonna be doing the first part of the dynamic gait speed test, which is the change in gait speed. Okay, so Katya, this is what you're going to do. Begin walking at your normal speed, and then when I tell you fast, walk as fast as you can. When I say slow, walk very slowly. Okay, begin. Fast, slow. Fast, slow. Okay, so the patient presented with a normal gait speed, which means it significantly changes walking speed without imbalance. So the next test that she's going to do is the walking with head turns horizontal. So Katya, begin walking at your normal speed, and then when I say right, turn your head to the right. Then when I say left, turn your head to the left. Try to keep yourself walking in a straight line. So, begin. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so Katya presented with a normal gait. That means she performed head turns with no change in gait speed and good balance. Next test that we're going to do is the walk with pivot turns. So this is the instructions. Begin walking at your normal speed, and then when I tell you to turn and turn as quickly as you can and face the opposite direction, and then stop. Make sure that your feet are together when you stop. And begin. Okay. Turn and stop. Okay, begin again. Keep walking. Keep walking. Okay. Turn and stop. Okay, so the patient presented with a normal gait speed, which means that she turned with feet closed fast and with good balance. So the instructions are you're going to begin walking at your normal speed. Then when you get to the obstacles, you're going to have to step over each one of those and then come back. Okay. What you're going to be doing, you have to step over it, not around it, and then continue walking. So you're going to step over it and not around it. Keep walking. So the patient presented with a normal gait speed, which means that she's able to step over the box with minimal changes of gait speed and with good balance. So once you reach that tape, you're going to sit back down in the chair, and then I'm going to be timing you your seconds. And go. Okay. Okay, so your time was 10 seconds. So that's considered done. So the next part for the timed up and go is that you're going to be doing a dual task. So while walking, you're going to be counting backwards by 3 starting at 99. So when I say go, you stand up from the chair and then walk at your normal speed across the tape on the floor, then turn around and then come back to the chair. Continue counting backwards the entire time. Ready, set, go.
99, 96, 93, 90, 87,
So he presented with the same time compared to the one before. So that's also considered normal. So meaning that there's no noticeable change in sitting, standing, or walking while backward counting when compared to the timed up and go without